Hello everyone, my name is Multiplier and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Again, I guess I've become a mainstream Kerbal Space Programmer. Whatever that is. I can delete this game mode, I don't have anything in it. So I'm gonna go back into my copies game mode, which basically I made it because I was gonna do the Atlas A copy. But then in the end I decided I would use it for all my copies. So here we are with the Falcon 9 Union 1 contains locked or invalid parts. Mini fuselage 2. I don't know what that is. Anyway, let's leave that. Yeah, Falcon 9 test. This is the one. So, I'm just gonna call this the Falcon 9 plus BulgariaSat 1. Just save that. And if you remember earlier, I created this probe, which was like what's the name of those things? Forgot. Uh, One of those rockets that SpaceX launched, and I built a copy of it. I think it was SpaceX. I'm not 100% sure. So here's my opinion to that. Now, I haven't been successfully able to land the last stage, so what I was going to do is add air brakes to this. Where are they? Air brakes, air brakes, air brakes, air brakes, air brakes. They're on top. I guess I could like add 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom. Bottom? What is bottom? What is bottom? Bottom. Seriously, God. When I want to get it wrong, I get it right, and when I get it right, I get it. When I want to get it right, I get it wrong. Anyway, so this is the Falcon 9, and I guess with air brakes. I guess this. I'm not 100% sure about the pay. So yeah, as you know, in Kerbal Space Program, you can't exactly switch to 2 different probes. So I'm gonna do a quick save during the when this separates, and once it separates, I'll. Okay, it's nighttime. Can I warp it to daytime? Can I have daytime? Nighttime, daytime, and what the fudge? You saw that right? When talk. What the hell? Anyway, so this is not going to be done in 4 times breakneck speed. It's going to do in normal speed. So here the first stage. Of course, it's a mammoth. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's supposed to add RCS thrusters. I forgot forgetting a lot of things because it has an RCS tank but no RCS thrusters. The eagle-eyed among you would have already spotted that and said, "Hey, where are your RCS blocks?" And I'll say like, I forgot. Forgive me, mates. I don't know why I say mate. It's kind of like this. Is it British or is it Australian? I don't know. I honestly don't know. So in the background, I'm just like Jacksepticeye in the background going, yeah. I'm not gonna add that in the title, of course. It's gonna be clickbait. But again, see, same feature. It's a lot smoother 1,000 times, but it just goes, duck, duck, duck. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the software. I guess Kerbal Space Program should fix that. Because in 1.2.2 it was fine. It's only 1.3. So again, first stage Mammoth engine, second stage Rhino, third stage it's the thruster that's inbuilt. So I literally had to build the satellite and I used MechJeb to fly it. The test for payload flew successfully, but it didn't make it very far, to say the least. No, it did get into the Kerbal stationary orbit, but I didn't really use it for much more than that. Let's just point prograde and thrust as high as we can, because I want the time to APOAP to go as high as possible on this first stage, because that way I can switch between the two, fire this engine, make sure first of all it gets to space, and then because I want this first stage to be reusable, just like the SpaceX ones. So, oh yeah, I forgot, I need action group to deploy these, right? Oops, I think I forgot that. I'll deploy it manually. After all, it's not like I have to deploy one by one, is it? If it's like that, I'm gonna be screwed. The second stage is a Rhino engine, and the third stage is a Spark engine with some inbuilt fuel. You'll see them. I showed you probe briefly in the vehicle assembly building, and I'll show it to you once I'm done with this ascent. Okay, 80 kilometers. We're getting some heating, but nothing too serious. And we're out of fuel. 93 kilometers, and we have a 2 minutes 21 seconds apo app. So, okay, no, I just wanted you to decouple. I don't want the fairing to go away, so. And let's fire up this engine, get as much thrust out of this as possible. Leave some, of course, for the circularization because. Okay, 2 minutes 50, 2 minutes 60, 3 minutes. Let's get it to 4 minutes. And we can switch back. Four minutes 30. Stop. Cut the engines. Now switch back to this guy. Point retrograde RCS. And actually, just point prograde for now. Damn, I'm wasting my RCS. My RCS. And in case you're wondering why the electric charge isn't going down, that's because there's a couple of RTGs in this. Actually, I should probably be pointing radio. What was I thinking? And my time to apps is already 1 minute and 20. And let's get as little possible. Hopefully I can slow it down enough. So this is gonna be like the recovery. So I should probably quick save. Can I switch back to it? No. Okay, no. Let's see if I can do this. I need as much drag as possible. Oh yeah, I forgot to deploy the air brakes. Yeah, okay, I only have to right click on them once. It's not like the solar panels. Okay. As long as the other one is still on a suborbital trajectory. Sorry, it's still not in the atmosphere yet. Still time to aquaps is left. Bit of time. If the air pushes me, I have the air brakes. If it doesn't, I have parachutes, and this should go on top. This should just decouple now. There we go. Now we should be getting drag. The air brakes are not going to function so well. This is point retrograde. No point in fighting against the air. Plus, I want as much drag as possible, and these air brakes help. Time to impact. Can I see surface instead of orbit? And heat, actually. That'll also help. Air brakes. Of course it is. Now, let's slow down using whatever RCS fuel we have because we have excess. Come on, the air brakes should work a lot more efficiently in the lower atmosphere. And 20 kilometers up, it should be much better than up in the upper atmosphere. Is it there yet? Not yet. This is the Falcon 9 first stage. Nice. Specific impulse of these RCS thrusters will be dropping, so best to fire it now. Let's see when I can deploy my radial chutes. I'll deploy them 3 kilometers above the surface. What is that noise? It sounds like shoo. Man, the RCS actually provides a decent amount of thrust. I guess now it's reducing because we're only 5 kilometers up, so technically we're in the lower atmosphere at this point. Come on, I want to make sure that the BulgariaSat doesn't. It's leaking its AFO apps. Come on. Five meters per second. I'm just gonna forward it to the bottom. Oh, no. Come on, can I just cut some chutes? I'm gonna cut a couple. Actually, I'm gonna cut quite a few. I'm gonna cut the entire lower ring or something. We can fall down faster. Okay, I think at this point we're close enough. And no, it's almost here. It's actually only 194, so it should be fine. Cut. 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 That's the last parachute. 7 meters per second, and everything survived. Now let's recover this vessel quickly. Let's get back to the damn probe, which is supposed to be the main part of the mission. This is only a secondary goal, according to the telecast. Come on, BulgariaSat, suborbital trajectory. Wait, that's not it. Yeah, I have some other things to show you in the same video. I guess the rest of this can mean 4 times regular speed. Okay, so yeah, I guess the rest of this can mean 4 times regular speed. Anyway, so here we are again. This is post-processing. This is new me. So here we are deploying the satellite, and this you can see it's the BulgariaSat, and it has 2 of those HG so and so communitrons, and the reason, and they have MacJeb units as well, because I wanted to keep it exact. And then the reason I kept those 2 antennae is because they just look the best. Not the communitron whatever is the ones that unfold are a lot better. They have 100 gigameters of range. These only have 15, but they're actually better. And here we are, we're down with the orbital insertion, and we're just firing up with our engines and just getting away from the damn probe. Anyway, so yeah, I keep saying anyway for some reason. That's one thing I don't get. Keep saying anyway. So I guess that's it. That will be the end of post-processing until the next clip, right about now. Anyway, so the next thing I wanted to show you something I invented. It's called the LLV, the Light Vehicle Launcher, which somewhere here, it's here somewhere. Oh yeah, I just for fun I tried to make a lathe probe. It didn't really work out that well. Yeah, so this is the LLV. It can launch a lot of probes. It's probably launched like 1 heavy probe or these 3 light probes. So, I'm just gonna call this the LLV, the Light Launch Vehicle. Let's launch this. So, if you can see on the Kerbal Engineer readout, we have so and so amounts of delta V, and it is a ridiculously simple rocket. Actually, you can probably build it without even needing the craft file, which I'm not gonna add. Sorry. It'll probably work even if you really want to try it. It'll probably work. Probably. So in the beginning we have fins to guide our journey. So here we are. We're launching off from the launch pad, and for some reason the textures seem to have changed. I don't know why, but it looks kind of like long running lines. Never noticed those before. I don't know why. Anyway, so we're performing a gravity turn, and as you can see, things are wobbling out of control. That's because of the fins, just because the way they do it is like, because of inertia, they'll move back, and they'll overcompensate for the roll, and plus I press D too, so it's understandable why. So the SRBs are gonna run out. We decouple them. The time before this, I actually lost my fins, like I did in the tuna video. Just the name is tuna, by the way. What happened is in that particular launch, I was incredibly lucky because it took off the bottom fins, and that meant that yeah, it worked perfectly fine. And it tilted slowly over time too, which I loved. But the second time when it happened to this thing's test 2, these 2 fins got knocked off, and it took me quite a while to figure out how the hell to put this thing back on track. Anyway, so we're burning off the Aerospike, which is the second most efficient engine. The third is the LV909. I could have just added an Aerospike here for all I wanted, but I just wanted a precise thrust. So here we are, and you can see there are a few glitches over here. So yeah, new me will talk. New me, man, I'm starting to sound like Scott Man. Like, yeah, I guess the new me, I guess, will continue about this. And here we are again. It's new me again.
So this is the LLV, right? Yeah, this is the LLV. LLV. I came up with that name because India has like these two probe launchers. Sorry, that's my chair. One of them was the PSLV, and the other is the GSLV. One of them is the polar satellite launch vehicle. The other one is the geostationary launch vehicle, which they've just perfected. So here we are getting into an orbit, and this is the first probe, which is going to be deployed at low Kerbin orbit because it only has one antenna. So it can like just communication satellites, although you don't really need them. It's like all the TV channels, and now the second one is going into Kerbo-stationary orbit. Keep mixing that up. So then after that, we are gonna go up to geostationary orbit, and actually, yeah, we're firing up the engines at circularizing. Actually, we're performing an insertion soon enough. We're gonna get into not capture. I keep getting my interplanetary things mixed up. And also, you can see my Kerbal alarm clock is open, but I'm not using it because well, the maneuver plotter is good enough for me at that point in time. Then we run into a couple problems after this geostationary satellite's launch, and it's not because of the geostationary satellite. Personally, I just blame myself for bad timing. These probes have no batteries. They don't, and the Terrier doesn't really provide an alternator. So yeah, so the probes go onto the dark side. They just poof, they're gone. So that's why next time I'm reminding myself to put a damn battery on these probes. Then and you can see at this point in time I'm okay, but you'll understand why I had so many problems with this once I plot a course to the moon, because that's my third target for the third one, and that particular probe is going to the moon. It's going to be a semi-synchronous orbit, and going into a semi-synchronous orbit around the moon, and this led to a couple problems. Now I'm aiming directly for the moon. I'm trying to crash into it deliberately because I want this launch stage to go away, and you can see that we are in a Kerbo-stationary orbit. We're still facing the same side of Kerbin. It doesn't have to be exact, just approximately close enough, and we do not want a periapsis. And that's why this last one really needs a thruster, because it requires the most amount of tuning. Now, I don't know if I should add some music to this. Honestly, I think I'll keep it as it is. So yeah, that's about it. Then we're firing the engines, and we're getting the moon encounter, and you can see the amount of relay communications I had just in the Kerbal's backyard. I could have done some interplanetary missions. I probably will in the future, but at this point in time, I wasn't in the mood to do an interplanetary mission, because at my other computer, I actually managed to get a probe I managed to get 3 astronauts all the way to Duna. I didn't land on Ike either, but I got into orbit around both, and I managed to get back with no people dying, which is an achievement for me because I can't even perform power descent. Yeah, here's the problem. Yeah, that I lost power just as we were supposed to do the maneuver, so that led to a couple problems. And because the periapsis was on the wrong side, here we are performing and I'm using that as my reference point because there was a test probe that I launched, and you can see that it led to quite a few problems. I couldn't burn during then. I couldn't do anything. I was practically helpless. Good thing I had those solar panels to recharge it. It's just like those static solar panels, so it's not that great. And here we are coming in again, and we're like, hey, why don't we plot the course on the Ampo maps? That way we get some time on the periapsis, and because that would help, right? And I put an alarm for this one. Yeah, I can see now I'm using Kerbal alarm clock. Oh, and this is where I took a screenshot. I took the screenshot. This is going to be the thumbnail. So, yeah, this became the thumbnail, and then I missed my maneuver by a few seconds, but nothing too serious. I didn't lose too much. We got into the correct orbit we desired, and then we plotted our maneuver. And for some reason, I had to quick save because I couldn't plot maneuver. I was not clicked out of the window or anything. And if I'd done it here, problem solved. The problem is that that's still behind the sun. So, yep, here we are. And then we realized, oh wait, we can move it a little bit to the side. And here then I realized that, oh wait, you can move it a little bit aside, there'll still be sun, but we won't lose too much fuel, and plus we have plenty of fuel. We have like 2 kilometers per second on in that tiny engine. And that's the final thing. And then we just perform a small circularization burn, which only costed me about 5-6 meters per second, and that's it. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video because I don't have enough time for this. So bye bye.